Good afternoon, everyone. If you watched my last video, you know that I just got a bunch of new goodies from a mystery box, and I feel like I might as well try them all at the same time so you can see what's new, what's out there, and then I can just have a grand old time. So I have scooted a little bit closer today so we can really see how things are looking, and yeah, let's just have some fun. Today I am drinking a Thai tea that I brewed at home. I just put in a little bit of stevia, some heavy cream, and it tastes very good. I figured I would try on a handful of just new things in general. I have a little sample size of the Nyx Marshmallow Primer that I thought I would just give a go while we're trying everything else that's new. It has taken me a lot to not swatch or touch anything that I got new. So please be proud of me for everything being still brand new. Okay, so here is the consistency of the primer. The claims on this is that it's supposed to smoothen your makeup, soften your makeup, extend the wear, hydrate the skin, feel soothed, even skin tone, minimize texture, blur lines, soft focus finish, and keep makeup fresh. So we'll see about that. I do have on a light moisturizer and my everyday sunscreen already on my skin, so I'm hopeful that this won't be a problem with those layers. On my forehead, that looks pretty good. I was watching a review from Taylor Wynn on YouTube, and she tried this primer, and she really liked it. She said that it's like something that all of her foundations seem to like as far as like wearing. So she made it seem like it was a lot more scented than I feel it is. I haven't noticed too much of a scent. Oh, I guess I can smell it now. It does smell like a marshmallow candy kind of thing. It does feel nice. It doesn't feel like, I often refer to this because I feel like it's just a staple. Most people have tried it. The Benefit Professional, that one has such like a slippery texture. This one feels more like a nourishing, creamy texture. It's really actually quite nice. I don't see any immediate like hyper blurring, but I do see like that it feels like a semi-tacky texture. So far so good. Alright, so I thought we should begin with our eyes and just do like my normal routine that way. I'm going to go in with my Danessa Myricks Color Fix. This is in the shade Nude 1. This is a matte liquid pigment that can be used, that can be used pretty much like as a concealer, under eyes, around the face, eye base. It just, I have a little bit of like a sore nose from blowing it so hard these past couple days because of the wind, and that primer kind of stung where my nose has kind of like, you know, been rubbed excessively, so that's weird. Where I'm from, like originally, like where I grew up, we had a lot of strong winds pretty much my entire life. And they were just known, you know, to come seasonally and like, ooh, it's kind of hatching. Doesn't bode well. Anyways, and where I live now, I feel like the strong wind is practically the same ferocity of the winds from back home. Except this one I feel like has been going on for days. Like it hasn't stopped. It's just like been constant wind. And I feel like back home it was much more of like oh, the winds are blowing up now, but it would be like, you know, a few hours and then it'll lull. But here it seems to be never ending. have the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize Pillow Talk, which I was confused in my last video. I assumed this was just like my other Charlotte Tilbury where it was like a shimmer. This is actually supposed to be a cream matte, which is really interesting. I haven't tried anything like that. I do also have the Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Stick in Golden Bronze to try. That is also for eyes. Then I have the Tarte palette, and then I have the Makeup by Mario palette. So quite a bit. Oh, and not to mention, I haven't unboxed this yet, the Pixie by Hello Kitty. I don't think I'm going to use this. I think I might either pass it on to someone else, donate it, or maybe even try to resell it on Poshmark. It personally doesn't appeal to me, that color palette, and I don't want to like just dip into it for no reason if I can give to someone brand new. So that one is off the table. I think what I'll do is I'm going to start with the Charlotte Tilbury as like a base, Tarte for like the overall eye look, and then maybe use the Bobbi Brown as like a liner. And then maybe I'll just save the Makeup by Mario for another day because there's just so much to choose from in that palette alone. Let's start with the Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, I'm pulling up the Charlotte Tilbury website to reference what the company describes as the best way to apply this, just so I am not doing it all wrong. Okay, here it is. Step 1. Apply a gorgeous wash of color with a blender brush, or pop on a brightening shimmer with your fingertips. 2. Apply a light wash of color for a weightless daytime veil of makeup magic, or dial it up and build intensity for a more iridescent finish. 3. Finish with lashings and lashings of Pillow Talk Push-Up Mascara. Okay, that wasn't super helpful. I just want sometimes like a clear set of words to direct my hands on what to do, and not like a very flourished way of saying other things. Okay, well anyways, so here's what the inside looks like. It kind of looks like a pouty peak. If you've ever worked for Pinkberry, you know what I mean. Okay, the color really does look sensational. It's just like a rose that's kind of brown and a little bit gold, and it's a little bit deeper. So I'm gonna go in with a brush, see how that goes. I'm using a flat concealer brush that I normally like to use on the eye, like for an eye base, that kind of thing. Okay, I'm putting it on the back of my hand, and then I'm just gonna go in and see what happens. Aha, yeah. So this is not completely matte. I think it's just more matte than like her shimmer shadows in the past have been. It has like little pieces of gold flecks in it. Ooh, the color makes me look a little sickly, but I bet with the rest of my makeup it would look fine. Let's see, can you see what I'm seeing? I'm just going to use a fluffy brush to kind of buff out the edges to see what happens. It does sheer out like it mentioned on the website. I wonder how built up it could be. The texture does feel a little bit cooling. It feels like a gel. It's very light. It doesn't feel like any like texture or anything. It kind of just feels like an eye cream. Yeah, I really do like this color. I just think when I don't have any other makeup on, it does make me look like I have like a wound or I haven't gotten much rest. So there's that. I can't imagine myself like, oh, I'm popping out. Gotta put on something really quick. Let me dip into my Pillow Talk eye cream and then putting this on and thinking that I look healthy. I'm gonna let that kind of settle. And then I think I'm just going to jump into the Tarte palette on the other eye just to see a different look, maybe. Just go all out. Oops. Once again, here is what the inside of the palette looks like. Eyeshadows all around, and then it's supposed to be a blush in the middle, which admittedly the Tarte blushes I've tried in my lifetime I think are so good. They really have an eye for tone, and it's usually semi-universal, and they just hit the mark when it comes to like the color. So I'm really excited about that blush. Let's see, I guess we'll just continue the pinkiness and do like a pinky look. Probably dip into like this, maybe a little bit of this, and see where that goes. A lot of color payoff right away. Well, that looks nice right away. That's the shade Tempt. It just looks really nice and soft and not too intense. I'm taking a little bit of a smaller blending brush. I'm gonna go into that more pinky tone, Powerful, and then just try to pinken up the crease. I love when like the gradient just blends into the next color easily without me having to like fuss around with it. That's really nice. All right, I'm using a bit of a more narrow and dense brush, and I'm gonna pick up a little bit of a brown called Luscious, and I just want to deepen up this outside. Going back in with the initial brush with no extra product, just trying to fuse all of those together. And there we go. Not too bad. Like I said, just like a nice, soft, easy color palette. I think for funsies, I'm going to go in with this delicious golden color called Adventure. I'm going in with just like a flat, paddle-ish kind of brush. Another thing I used to really love from Tarte are their highlighters. Some of the most intense highlights at Sephora, at least, you know, like 4 years ago or so. This is a little bit more chunky than I was expecting. Let me try my finger. More smooth with the finger, just of course not as precise. I think I ruined it with the glitter. Definitely not my fave. I think that was a mistake. Okay, so looking at the two eyes, the Charlotte Tilbury certainly is more of like a cool toned pink, and the Tarte is much more of like a warm tone pink. Just interesting to see like the two halves. So now I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown Long Wear Cream Shadow Stick, and I'm going to use it as a bit of an eyeliner and see how that goes. Because why not? It's cute. I kind of like that actually. It gives some definition, but it isn't too harsh. And the areas that I haven't perfectly applied it, it still kind of gives that like definition, which I like. Now I'm going to try the Pillow Talk Push-Up Lashes by Charlotte Tilbury. This packaging I think is really lovely. It feels a little weighted. It has a nice like elevated texture. I don't know, I'm excited. I haven't tried a new mascara for a while, so I like the idea of something new. Ooh, I haven't opened this yet. Okay, so there are different shapes. So there's like a flat side and then a wide side. And the little hairs are interesting. It's almost like a puzzle. Let me get the instructions. This one had a little bit more direction on the box. Step 1, use the flat side of the dual-sided wand to coat and lift the lashes. Okay? The flat side, that's what we shall do. Coat and lift the lashes. Step 2, comb and lift the magic bristles from root to tip for an instant push-up effect. And that's all it says. Maybe I did that wrong. When I read the title Push Up Mascara, I was thinking of the Too Faced, not the Better Than Sex mascara, their other one. Oh, I think it's Damn Girl mascara. That one is really plush and like plumping. It flakes like crazy, but it looks so good if you're wearing mascara for a short time. I mean, they look, I would say, like pushed up. I guess I was anticipating something a little bit more crazy. They're certainly separated in like a fluffy sense, which is nice. I don't know if you can see. Maybe I'll have to let them dry and then come back for another coat. I feel like they look all right. I also recently got a little sample of Estee Lauder's Double Wear Foundation. And here's the thing. Double Wear from Estee Lauder used to be my #1 foundation. I thought it was the best. It made me feel the best, look the best. People would compliment my skin, which for me and my skin like never happens. And I think I just disagree with Estee Lauder in most of their decisions they make as a company. And so I've been very, very reluctant to give in and give money to the company, or I try as my best not to, or like any of its like, you know, baby companies. They're like a parent company to many others. However, this is a free sample. I thought I'd give it a go again. Here's the little sample palette looks like. They do include the shade Wanna See One Cool Bone, which actually used to be the shade I used to wear. However, it was back when I feel like my skin has actually gotten darker as I've gotten older. I've heard that's fairly common. Even if you wear sun protection, you just like, you know, your skin just gets darker and it doesn't ever really revert back to how light it was. So a shade that might have worked well for me, you know, 8 years ago may not look the same as it is now. So I'm gonna give it a go, and I'm guessing, oh no, this is the amount of you get in the sample, which is comical. So I'll see what I can do, is what I guess I'm saying. I'm just gonna use my little e.l.f. Ultimate blending brush. I'm gonna dip in and just see how much I can do, I guess. I used to lay it on thick. Whew. Okay, that isn't doing anything. Okay. Weird. I think that the amount you get in this sample is really just not enough, because I feel like I've used it all up at this point. And I don't quite feel like it's covered the way I remember it used to cover, so oh, that was kind of a waste. I guess this is probably for someone who just needs to sample a few shades. Hi, Estee Lauder's done it again. Okay, well, let me get some of my own foundation. I am going to do my base, and I will come back because then we will jump into our liquid blush and powder blush. Okay, BRB. So I've returned. I have blanked out my face, I used my Derma Blend CC Cream in the shade 10N Fair. And now that I have on my blanket of makeup, let's continue. Now, I did not get this in this Poshmark box, but I hadn't shown this yet in any of my videos. I picked it up from Target because Target also sells a portion of Ulta's products, and there was like a promo. So this is the Kat Von D Liquid Gel Contour in the shade Fair Cool 90. Now, I've used this I think 4 times now, and I don't know what my feelings are quite yet, but I figured I might as well incorporate it into this face of makeup because it's going all kinds of places. Also, I wanted to mention in my Target drugstore, or rather my Target haul on a budget video, I had used this Wet n Wild natural finish spray. I have been using this ever since, like a whole month or so, and I have really been enjoying this. It's just a nice texture and effect to kind of just enhance what you already have. If things are looking bad, it makes it look better. If things are looking good, it makes it look better. Like it's a really simple spray. I am probably about halfway out already, but I really enjoy this. Let's try this KVD. So when you take it out, it kind of looks like a lip balm at first. It's curious because it's described as a gel contour, and it really is a gel. It feels like almost like it's moussey. Let me just show you. I feel like you just need a couple little dots, and then you want to take your brush. I found that kind of a combination of like stippling and blending works with this. If I just do like blending motion, it kind of picks up my product underneath. And I've tried this with almost all of my foundations, and I just don't think I love it, is the problem. Now, this is supposed to be a contour and not a bronzer, so it does look a little bit gray, which is great for making things into a shadow, but I don't know. Let me just see. See how there's like the darkness on the outside and like it's almost empty on the inside? That I think is like the issue for me. It almost doesn't blend out. I've tried using this on like my bare naked skin with that just like has moisturizer on, and it looks dreadful. It looks like I have like wounded skin that hasn't healed. Ah! Take a drink every time I drop something, am I right? On that pass, it does look a little bit more like sturdy almost. In my day-to-day life, I've kind of fallen off the contour wagon, but so many reviews online for this just made it seem so appealing. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, and so was that. Jesus. A little bit down here. I know Tarte likes to do a lot of contouring under the lip, so every once in a while I'm like, maybe I'm like Tarte. Almost looks red, doesn't it? Like it almost has like a reddish effect on my skin. I don't know. It seems like it's too difficult almost to make it work. I'm taking a little bit of my concealer to brighten up. I'm not going anywhere after this, so I'm not worried if things look a little crazy. Well, I certainly tried my best. If you have tried this, please tell me what you do to make it work, because I don't know. Okay, moving right along, let's take a look at the Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Blush in the shade Southbound. Here's what it looks like. It looks so cute. Here is their technique. Dab a dot or two along the apples of the cheeks, then blend out for a healthy wash of color. Avoid direct contact with eyes. They say, perfect your effortless no makeup look with this weightless cream blush that provides a perfect wash of color and 12 hours of hydration. Is what the little bit looks like. When I think of tinted moisturizer, I think of a wash. So that was perfectly described. Okay, that's really cute. It reminds me a lot of Glossier cream blushes, which Glossier cream blushes really turned me on to the cream scene. Aside from like pro makeup cream blush like RCMA, which I'd used for a long time on clients. But like on myself, the Glossier ones were just like the perfect thing that I didn't know I needed, because you could sheer them out like this and have that healthy wash of color, or you could, you know, add a little bit more and build up the intensity. Okay, I absolutely love this. This is like the perfect color for me. And even though I went a little heavy at first, it sheared out like just perfectly. Oh man, this is the color I've been waiting for. Ooh. Okay, so this side has the 2 layers. This one has the 1. Let me just build up the other just for continuity's sake. I love that it's not hyper glossy, but that it just looks like I'm a little baby doll, but grown up because I have wrinkles. Okay, I'm gonna let the face simmer down. And I want to get back to this Charlotte Tilbury eye just to see what it looks like if powder shadow is built up on top of it. I'm going to take a brush I was using earlier and just dip it into my color changing palette. I'm using the Tart Palette again, and I think, let's see, something a little cool toned. There's like a little bit of like a mauve plum. I just want to see how it looks when it's layered on top. Ooh, that looks really nice. I like that the shimmer still peeks through this powder, but it doesn't look chunky, and it's certainly not flaking around my eye. Really, really cute. Okay, those pairings together are lovely. I think that was definitely the way to go. And that Bobbi Brown bronze as like a liner turned out to be really, like, just like a nice little touch, I think. Okay, I'm using the original cream brush that I was using for the Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm just gonna bring what's left under the eye. Okay, that looks really like dreamy and sultry. I think that looks really nice. And I'm using a bit of that plum just to darken up the edges. Now let me go back with the Bobbi Brown on my lower lash and see how that looks. Ooh, really pretty. Just has like that kind of like runway look. I think a lot of people in everyday life do not use like a shimmery metallic on their lash line for top or bottom, and so this is just like a fun little something else. Yay! Oh, actually, let me take that same brown on this side. Yeah, the Tarte Gold has really moved up and around, which is kind of too bad. Okay, I'm taking the shade Entranced from the Tarte palette. I'm just gonna use it right in here. It's nice. It's like a silvery pink that kind of goes with both sides. Cute. Okay, I'm gonna do my brows. I don't have anything new, so I'm just using my Thrive Instant Brow Fix in Blonde. I just love brow gels because it's just fast. And I like that it's not hard, and I like that it's just a touch of color, touch of hold. And I really wish that my high school self knew about this, or at least that I wish I knew about them sooner, I guess, because I wasted years of my life taking an angled brush to like a brow cream or powder and filled them in, and it was just, I look back and I just sad for my younger self. Time for our second coat of mascara just to see. Well, this is really helping thicken up the lashes. However, the thickening comes at a cost because now I don't have that like fluffiness. I don't know. Maybe this is the kind of mascara that gets better the more you use it. You know how that is? I think it's fine. It definitely makes me look like I have a lot of hairs on my eyes. I don't know. I'll have to play with it. The last products. So last video I already tried the Rare Beauty Mousse. Lip mousse, I think. Lip souffle. And we decided that the color was not a good fit. So I'm going to be using the Dior Addict in the shade 100 Nude Look. Here is the color. It's like a cocoa rose. Oh, that's a lot more color than I thought. Oh wow, that's lovely. That's a beautiful pinky brown nude. That kind of goes perfectly with this color palette. Okay, wow. I'm very excited about that. And I like that this is something I can fit in my pocket when I'm out and about, and I can just be like, oh, it's a balm and it's lipstick. Oh my goodness, I nearly forgot about the powder from the Tarte palette. Ah, I knew that might happen. What I wanted to do was do the Mercier on one and the Tarte on the other, but I got so excited because it looked so cute. Well, let's just see what happens. Well, it definitely looks like I went ham with the blush today, which I have. I think under other circumstances it'll look really cute because I think layered with this, it was just like, pow, a lot at once. Just toning it down a little bit with my foundation brush. Same with my contour. I think that completes everything. The only thing I didn't try, like I mentioned, was the Makeup by Mario palette, which is just all of the shimmers. This one. It might be hard to do one video with this, so maybe I'll try it over time and get some like accumulated thoughts. Or if you just want to see swatches of it, let me know, and I can just swatch them for you to get an idea. Well, okay, I had a lot of fun trying all this stuff on. I can't wait to try it with all my other makeup too. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you are doing so well, and I will see you soon. Bye. If you're still here, I'm going to try on the Rare Beauty again. This time I have a full face of makeup. So maybe, just maybe, it'll look okay. Here we go. I noticed when I was editing my other video that I was like, you can't see on camera. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's the thing. I like it way better than I did the other day. It's still a miss for me. It just, it's everywhere. I think the problem is that this is not a one swipe color like it says on the box. If it was truly this color pure, it might look a little better, because right now it looks a little faded even though it's been freshly applied, and you can see the darkness of my lines coming through. Maybe it is my color. I shouldn't try it on again. It tastes so interesting. Next time I'll have to try to use this as a blush to see what happens, but okay, goodbye for real.